Now in our corner office, it was a bumper weekend for air travel, but not everyone got to their destination on time. And it's that kind of headache that the designers of a new app want to help you with. Henrik Zillmer, CEO of AirHelp, is here to talk to us a little bit more about this. This is really interesting. Are you kind of, turning the tables on the airlines by telling them when they have to pay up?
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. So the app actually tells you what you're entitled to as an air passenger if you've been on a delayed or canceled or overbooked flight.
How does it work? So I'm sitting at the airport, plane leaves 15 minutes late.
Yes, you would have to take the app, open it, and you would type in your flight information. And just based on that, we can see if your flight is actually delayed or canceled.
Really? So it interconnects with the whole aviation system,
all the flights in America, yeah.
What about if you sit on the tarmac for like 4 hours? Because there are fees that are supposed to be levied then.
Yes, if you're stuck on the tarmac, then unfortunately in that situation you're not entitled to compensation, but the airline will get a heavy fine if they do that. So they tend not to do that so much more. But they can, for example, bump you to another flight if it's overbooked. And in that situation, you'd be entitled up to $1,300 in compensation.
Have you heard from the airlines? What do they think about this?
It's kind of a love-hate relationship. I would say one thing is that we're dealing with a lot of the paperwork that they don't have to.
So they might welcome this.
So everything is prepared for them.
There's not a question here, right? These are laws that are
on the books.
If the flights are delayed or you're canceled or you're bumped, you deserve
It's the U.S. DOT, so the Department of Transportation has set down these laws that the airlines have to follow. So that's end of the day.
Why did you create this app? Did you travel a lot and get
from
stuck?
own pain and suffering for many years, business traveling and being late for my meetings or coming home to friends and family. So I had to experience it myself and then start the claiming process. And finally got the money, but it took a battle. But since then, we've been better and better at taking these battles.
Do you have institutional investors or angel investors right now?
We have both institutional and also angels.
How are you finding people using it? Talk to me a little bit about the subscribers you have to it, and do you have data on whether the same people are coming back to it time and time again to find out if they're entitled to anything?
Yes, so we see a lot of retention, a lot of people coming back when they've been delayed once, or them telling their friends and family that there's a service out there called AirHelp that can help you get the money if you don't want the hassle of claiming it, right? So that we see a lot of retention, but we have about 140,000 horror stories, as we call them, of people who have been delayed for, honeymoons and cruise ships and all that without getting any compensation. And they are actually entitled, but the airlines just don't tell them, so that's why we try to.
Walk through the process for me. You say you do the paperwork, meaning if someone enters the information, if they're entitled to something, does the app then put together the paperwork for them to get it back? You enter the name, your name and all your information?
Spot on. So we need the flight information and the date and then the name of the passengers and all the other legal references, what to claim and how much to claim. That is all auto-generated and sent to the airline.
How does the app make money?
If we get the compensation for you, we keep 25% of the compensation. If we don't get anything, it's completely free.
Isn't 25% a little steep? I mean, can't the people be doing this themselves?
We always encourage people to do it themselves if they have the time to do it. Unfortunately, so airlines do speculate that if they give you a no, then you disappear. Where we are different, we have to go all the way if they don't follow the law.
So you go through an appeals process, you push the airlines.
Small claims court.
You've done that?
Yeah, and many, many times. And every time we win, because at the end of the day, it is the law, as I was saying, so they have to pay out.
What's the next step for the app? Do you need to raise more money? Because there's not much marketing out there right now.
Yes, well, we're trying, of course, to educate people, first and foremost, about their rights, so they know they're entitled to something. And then we try to get the awareness of us to help them get that money. But the next step for us is more in the lines of a AAA for air passengers, where we'd start taking care of all the people that have experienced flight disruption.
Have you thought about, we have about 30 seconds, have you thought about add-ons, like this is my flight, I'm going to bring an extra piece of luggage, can you tell me how much it's going to cost? Have you thought about adding different add-ons in there?
We thought about adding a lot of rights, so also for luggage. So, if I'm allowed to lose your luggage, or if I'm, if I'm allowed to bring more luggage, or how much that would cost. If more passengers, kids, also what are the rights for those? There's a lot of different things to inform people about.
Available for both iOS and Android?
Both, yes.
Okay. Henrik Zillmer, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you.